Wouldn't.
Okay, hey guys, welcome to an unconventional part 10 of this Let's Play. You may be wondering, Lucky, why is there a soupy pixelated mess in front of my eyeballs? And, well, that's because, being new to recording in general back then, I mean, I still am, kind of, but I've learned a lot, and back then when I started this, I got upgraded to Windows 10 and I didn't optimize my OBS recording settings, and that left me with lots of useless recordings. So fear not, dear viewer, because I'm here to bring you up to speed on the hours that were lost. Sort of, kind of. It's been a while since I did this, and I've been putting it off. Horribly procrastinating. I am so sorry, but I don't quite remember all the details of our little romp through this DLC. So, I'm gonna try to give you the best version that I can through art. Well, doodles, really, accompanied by my disembodied voice. So let's go! First one here is Obese and I keep at it, and eventually we get all those, lost souls for the skeleton. And then we found a crashed airship before we should have. So we backtracked and found the White Knight that we need to find. And it turns out that White Knight was Roland. We fight 3 dragons together. And then we all travel to the Tree of Life together. Both me, Ob, Devlin, and the White Knight. Turns out Devlin is evil. I'm pretty sure he was actually Jack in disguise, and we end up going into a boss battle, fighting Skeleton Kings. And I remember them being kind of annoying because they would break down and their little heads would fly around, and you had to kill those heads within a period of time, or everything would reattach again, you'd have to start the process all over again. After that, we go exploring some, and I should have known better, since I play some D&D, although we haven't actually come across a mimic yet, but I really should have known better, because I opened up a chest thinking it was a chest. Turned out it was a mimic, and it scared the bejesus out of me. Then we travel underground, and we find dwarves, and we negotiate by punching their leader, which makes them hostile, because that makes sense. So then we ended up killing all the dwarves, and one of the conversations we had was about LARPers, and yes, I was generally nerdy about it. Then we confronted a jumping puzzle on a lake of lava, and I died a few times. And although Ob attests the fact that I actually got over the bridge first, I don't remember it that way. And I probably did, actually, since we had our talk about this, and I always remember all of my stack of failures as ultimately that I didn't really succeed through it because it's been so long. So the doodle is of him getting across. Lord only knows. We did both eventually get across it, and then there was another puzzle. It seemed interesting. There was a cube in the center, and we had to play with the lights to align it right. But then it got to the point where the characters were like, we're gonna punch the puzzle to solve it. So that's what we did, and we solved it. And then we made our way forward, and our next boss battle was a golem driven by a crazy dwarf guy. And after that, we exited the Dwarven Mines and then fight a handsome dragon on Handsome Bridge, called in by Handsome himself. And after that's done, we meet up with Roland again, who's basically just chilling over there. And then we continue on past Roland, and we go into the Lair of Infinite Agony, where we have to flip a lever, and then we plummet to the bottom of the dungeon. We meet up with this big, ominous looking skeleton guy named Simon with Justin Bieber hair. And then we decide to just kind of walk around outside for a little while doing some side quest stuff, and one of them was a bunch of spawn campers and we had to make them rage quit. And then we go back into the main quest and I giggle at a Game of Thrones reference, and then we slap Jeffrey multiple times. Yes, it's Jeffrey, not Joffrey in the game, but everyone knows what that actually means. And I feel good about slapping him. And Ob, of course, doesn't understand the reference. And then we return back to the Lair of Infinite Agony, and I get crushed innumerable times to moving platforms, while Ob just stands there and waits until I finally get through it and switch the lever, and then he strolls on by me. And then at the very end, we end up killing Simon, because he's just too high maintenance. We had a choice between him and his brother at the end of his little quest line there, and they both had their arguments. And we chose to kill Simon rather than Edgar, I think his name was. And that is where we leave off with the shitty resolution videos. And now I can continue forward with the better recordings. And then finally wrapping up this Let's Play after, gosh, when did I start this? 2015? I hope not. Maybe it was just earlier this year. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. As always, good luck.